Page 22 in the good old summertime. Talk about the right hand first. Again, the fingering they have is fine. All right. There's a little bit I want to point out. Start with the third line on page 22. In the right hand, you have a thumb on the E, and then second finger on the G is the C. Notice the third on that. That's important. It's a bit of a stretch, but you can do it. Page 22, the last line, third measure, right hand. Notice the F natural. They don't need a natural sign. It would be a natural anyway. You had F sharps before, but the bar line crosses out or cancels out the sharp, so it'd be a natural anyway. It's nice of them to put in the natural sign for you, but it's just not necessary. Top of page 23, it's the same fingering in the right hand as at the beginning, toward the beginning when I told you about what's the third line in the other page. It's the third finger on the C. That's what I'm after. For the last note of the first line, I recommend a third finger, and you can play the fourth finger on the next note, which is the first note of the fourth line. Whatever. Third line, same fingering again, 1, 2, 3. So you know what's going on there. And then finally, in the left hand, it's got chords mostly. Do the chords, not a problem. The only thing would be the last two measures on page 23, the left hand. That's arpeggio. Use the fourth finger on the E, because that's how you finger an arpeggio. Don't use third finger. Fourth finger. Take a look on the first line. It's the second full measure. You have a G played with the index finger, and then a C played with the fourth finger. Good fingering, use that, okay? As far as the pedaling goes, it's the same pedaling as we've been doing in the past. Push the pedal down right after the note, and then lift it up so we get silence if it's between phrases, and you lift it up when you play the next notes if it's, the same phrase. So it's up to you. I'm going to recommend an adjustment to the pedaling slightly. Also, I better demonstrate that. The first line, what I'm talking about there, the last two measures, you're going to play the notes, push the pedal down, then leave the pedal down, and then before I play the D in the right hand, I'm going to lift the pedal up so there's silence. Just a fraction of a second of silence, but it's still so we can tell it's a different phrase. Okay? That same approach wherever it is. In the second line on page 22, the last two measures, they're telling you to hold that pedal down for the full two measures. I disagree. I would prefer that you lift the pedal with the right hand note so we get two rests. Alright? So it's here. So we get that before we go on. Leave it down if you want, but I don't like it. If you do leave it down, make sure you lift it up so we get silence before you play the first note in the third line. Challenge for you. Since you want to bring out the melody, you want to play the melody a little louder than everything else so it can be heard. When you get down to the bottom of page 22, look at the right hand. F sharp D. Only the D is the melody, and play the D louder than the F sharp. Don't play them the same. Yep, so keep those soft like the left hand and try and bring out the high notes. So with all that said, let's try this out. It's in 3/4 times with 2-note pickup. I can't give you one beat, that's not enough, so I'm going to have to give you 3 beats plus 1. Alright, we'll start on beat 2. You put your right hand where it goes. Okay. 1, 2, 3, go. You can probably find plenty of recordings of this, okay? It's a happy piece. I don't know that I need to play the whole thing, but it's something like... You get the idea?